What makes us human? What is innovation? Is innovation management a good business model? Even with all the tech layoffs, 2022 has us screaming, go, go, gadget galore. Watch till the end to see what all the fuss is about. Here are 7 emerging technologies that will change our world. Number 7. Luxury space balloons. Tourism on our planet is one thing, but space touring is a brand new frontier. In fact, it's already taking place. The idea of space tourism was previously considered to be more science fiction than reality. But with the rise of space travel, all financially backed by billionaire entrepreneurs, this industry is sure to be among the next great endeavors of our lifetime. Now toss into the mix a space balloon company that will offer passengers an opportunity to view the Earth from 20 miles up. A US-based business unveiled its giant balloon venture, and so far, it has actually sold more than 600 tickets at $125,000 a person. However, whether it genuinely constitutes spaceflight is up for debate. The balloon will not reach orbit, rather it will get to an altitude of 20 miles. 62 miles above sea level is the internationally recognized space border. 20 miles is still far higher than commercial planes, plus you'll be doing it in style. A look inside the Space Lounge capsule consists of a cocktail bar, Wi-Fi connection, and subdued ambient lighting. The trip includes 2 hours up, 2 hours gliding, and a 2-hour down voyage, which ends with an ocean splashdown. The company pitches itself as a greener, absolutely zero emissions alternative to rocket fuels. Would you take the journey? Number 6. Cryopreservation. Cryogenics is the low-temperature level freezing and storage of human remains with the hope that resurrection might be possible in the future. Can we use cryopreservation to cheat death? Some experts think so. However, it's regarded with hesitation within the mainstream scientific community. Early attempts of cryogenic preservations were carried out in the 1960s and 70s, which ended in failure. But that was then, this is now. On a smaller scale, in medicine, freezing is an extremely effective technique for saving living cells such as blood cells, bone marrow, and embryos at ultra-low temperatures. However, researchers concur that protecting and reawakening the complete human body is a remote possibility that would take enormous breakthroughs in technology. What happens to the body after death? Scientists trained in cryonics take care of the body and start the process of freezing. At this stage, dry ice is utilized to keep the body at a low temperature level. Clients are infused with cryoprotectants like antifreeze to avoid ice crystal formation, which would kill cells, before the temperature is gradually decreased and they are preserved in liquid nitrogen. The eventual objective is that one day the people preserved will be rewarmed and restored. However, there's no evidence or guarantee that it can happen. Number 5. Gait recognition. Human recognition technologies could make it extremely difficult to move through the world without being under a continuous state of monitoring. Facial recognition has made it to the mainstream and is already a reasonably safe way of protecting mobile devices, for example. However, what happens when faces are obscured or hidden by clothes? Experts have actually come up with a gait recognition software application to fix that problem. Instead of recognizing individuals by their faces, it can identify humans based on their body shape and how they walk. Unlike facial recognition, which needs close-up, high-resolution images, gait recognition is efficient in identifying people from over 165 feet away without the person ever directly facing a camera. Even with backs turned, the technology is said to be highly efficient. For those believing they can attempt to walk in a different way to prevent identification, it obviously isn't that easy. Gait analysis can't be fooled by simply limping or stooping over, because this technology analyzes all the features of an entire body. In time, as optimizations are made and computer hardware improves, it will not be long before actual real-time gait analysis is possible. Number 4. Air taxi. Rideshare services that can get you from A to B with a couple of taps on an app are absolutely nothing brand new for most city slickers. It's just a matter of time before public transportation and rideshares look a lot like this. Flying taxis. A ride-sharing giant in partnership with a car manufacturer has unveiled a formerly hinted-at flying taxi concept that could eventually manage air trips. They're called urban air mobility vehicles, and they were created through a collaboration with Uber and Hyundai. And now, a flying taxi concept is a realistic approach to the future of transportation. The all-electric aircraft would take off and land vertically, carrying as much as 4 guests. We would potentially be flying 180 miles per hour for trips as far as 60 miles in these air taxis. The plan is to have a flying electric car suitable for inner-city transport, where riders would be able to take different locations within a densely populated area to decrease traffic on city streets. Number 3. Injectable brain robots. A California-based startup has developed a nanobot about the size of a grain of rice. It's designed to transfer medication to the exact location in the body where it's needed. Think of it like a small screw that moves through the veins as if it's steered by an undetectable screwdriver until it reaches a tumor, for example. If you think about it, a conventional painkiller affects the entire body instead of simply the location that's hurting. Chemotherapy, for example, is flushed through all the veins instead of exactly targeting the tumor. These injectable brain robots could change all that. The nanobot consists of an effective but small magnet. The unnoticeable screwdriver is an external magnetic field that rotates that magnet inside the device and gets it to move and change directions. Engineers could build the mini vehicle even smaller, but the existing size has the advantage of being big enough to see with bare eyes. It can also provide more medication than a tinier version in the right area. Medical specialists can provide a magnetic signal and it discharges its medicine. Insane, right? A nanobot providing targeted treatment might be a game changer once the method has actually been improved. Further applications might consist of attending to other types of brain disorders that are considered incurable now. Number 2. Robot maintenance worker. Robots are at large across the railways of Japan. These maintenance working machines are an interesting advancement in the field of service robotics. They're created to protect human life by taking on hazardous, lethal jobs so that employees don't need to. So far, they've been used for repair work along power lines and for heavy upkeep jobs that they take off the hands of human employees. To enhance efficiency and safety, the whole setup rolls around on this railway service vehicle to any place hazardous work is needed. In addition to keeping human employees far from dangerously high voltages, these robot maintenance workers will get rid of the need for employees being in a crane or at the top of high platforms to finish the job. These robots can be remotely operated securely from the ground. Each bot sees the world around it through an electronic camera installed in place of its head. Video footage is then fed to the cockpit below into the pilot's virtual reality set. In return, they manage the robot's movements. So far, each robot can raise up to 88 pounds of weight and can rise to 32 feet on its hydraulic crane arms. In the future, this company wishes to increase machines doing hazardous tasks, such as upkeep work in hard-to-reach areas including cliffs, slopes, or areas near powerful electrical currents. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying the video and want to see more like it. Number 1. Robot Kitchen. A fully equipped kitchen area has plenty of gadgets that can help you get cooking done easily, but nothing like this. There's never ever been an appliance that could handle them all, until now. A London-based robotics company developed the very first robotic chef. The Robot Kitchen, which took 6 years to establish, centers around 2 robotic arms that glide along a track set up in the ceiling of your cooking area. The arms are fitted with 2 articulating hands that can recreate the actions and movements of expert chefs, which have actually been uploaded into its memory. The company claims the ceiling-mounted gadget will have the ability to prepare over 5,000 dishes, and even clean up after itself when it's done. A dinner party will never be the same. You merely choose what you want to consume on a touchscreen and let it go to work. Of course, there are still some skills the robotic kitchen hasn't mastered yet. Because of this, you might need to manage a few of the prep work items yourself, and after that, set out the pre-weighed ingredients on the counter or in its smart refrigerator. It can switch on the oven, pick up and put down saucepans and spatulas, stir, whisk, and flip. Once an order is received, the robot completes the procedure. Plus, these robots might minimize viruses in food as well as improve cleanliness and hygiene too. What else does the future hold? Watch our other videos to find out.